Hello, chlorophyll's the name, Sims is the game. Let's get to it. Today, I have done a speed build, obviously, but it's not like a house or anything. This is actually where I am currently living. Now, when I built this, I was not there, which maybe was not the smartest move, but it's what I did. So, there are inaccuracies, but I think overall it's pretty close. I don't have any good pictures, and when I was there, it wasn't clean, so I didn't take any. But, I figured I'd build this more so not, well, it is actually really close, so it is for the challenge of getting it close, but it's more so just to show what this space is like and see if I can replicate something in The Sims. So there's that. Anyway. So the basic setup of the room is, well, it's obviously not just a room, it's a suite. There are 5 people living in this suite. There are 2 double rooms and a single room. I am in one of the double rooms. And then, I have a roommate and there's 2 others in another double and then one in the single. So, yeah. And then we have our own bathroom and we have a common space. Overall, compared to the rest of the ones in this building, the rest of the suites, ours is actually pretty big. We have a lot of common space. I've been in a few of the others, and their common space is essentially just a hallway connecting all the rooms, so that's pretty neat. But most of them don't have 5 people in them. Most of them have like 2 or 3, like 4. It's weird to have one this size with 5. There are ones with 5 higher up where they have kitchens in their suites as well, but not ours. So there's that. Let's see. These windows I thought were actually pretty close to the windows in the room, so I used them. And I'm not sure if the sizing of everything's quite right yet. We'll find out. I think I made my room a bit too large, which this one right here is the room I'm in. I was actually checking the pictures I do have to see what color the flooring is, the carpet, I suppose, because it's one of those carpets that has just a bunch of strains of different colors. So when you see the carpet, it's like, oh, that, it's a ton of colors, but the overall impression of the carpet is more of a brown. So I went with the brown. And here, it's this really weird, I think it's just poured concrete, but it's also brown. So I don't exactly know what kind of flooring it is, but what I got was pretty close. So I used pool flooring. That was the one I ended up using. Anyway, trying to get some of the lights right. And let's see, what else is there? So I'm moving out of this place on June 13th, 14th, or 15th. I don't know which one yet, but I think this video is going to come out on the 13th. Currently, it's definitely not then. Like, I still got to get through finals, which is not great, but that's when I'm going to move out of here, and I'll miss it. Like, next year, I'm super excited because I'm going to have my own apartment. Like, it's still on-campus housing, but it's one entire unit just for me, so it's going to be nice. This here, I was trying to remember what the rooms look like. It's the sort of thing where I've been in, this room I've been in, but not very much. Like, it's not like I'm in here all the time, so I don't know exactly what it looks like, but I've been in there. I've played a few board games. I've, had conversations in here. The single room is the one I have not been in. I've seen inside of it because sometimes she has her door open and sometimes, she gestures inside of her room and it's like, oh yeah. But I probably got a decent amount of stuff wrong, especially when you go like around the corner. You'll see when we get there. Anyway, under these guys' beds, which the reason I had to lift their beds was because they lofted their beds. The beds loft, which is, they're the only ones who did it, but it's good for storage. So I was just showing all the storage underneath because there's no real reason to have the bed lofted if there's no storage. I believe the fact that the beds are lofted makes this room unplayable. So there's that, but if it's not much of a big deal, I guess you could just unloft them. So there's that. Anyway. Yes. I was just trying to find stuff to put under the beds. I think in the end I found enough stuff. I don't know if it's exactly accurate. I know they have a lot of like teal storage bins under there, which those ones that I found were perfect, but you know. Anyway, this was the hard part because the school, uh, it, the rooms are furnished when you move in, and they have these desks and these dressers, and the desks and the dressers are the same height, so you can put them together and have a bigger desk. And in The Sims, desks and dressers aren't the same height, so we had a predicament. And I forget exactly how I go about solving that. I think I use end tables, not these end tables though, because these end tables stuck through at the top, which was not ideal. So I didn't end up using those ones. I use these ones right here, which like they get the general feel of the drawers right, where it's like 3 drawers that each pull out like that. But the color's not quite right and they look kind of weird. But you know, I built this. Oh, when did I build this? Oh wow. It was a long time ago. I know that much. A week, 2 weeks. It must have been 2 weeks ago that I built this. And then it's not going to come out for like another 2 weeks. I can't wait until I don't have to pre-record like this and like wait to do narration and just all sorts of stuff. It's going to be great. And I'm really looking forward to it because I'll just be able to do more videos and I won't have to worry about having too many things to narrate and coming home and being like, oh, I need to narrate like 4 videos. It's going to be nice. Anyway, to cover the glass tops on those, I used that that shelf there, which seems to work better in some rooms over others, which is strange. Like, you can see it poking through the desk in that case. I don't know. I think it was okay. These people have a lot of trash cans, and I don't exactly know. I guess it makes sense because the room would come with 2 trash cans, and then it would come with a recycling can. It's weird for like my roommate and me, I grammar, because the bathroom didn't come with trash cans, so um, we put both of our trash cans in the bathroom, and she uses her recycling bin as a trash can, and I brought my own trash can. So trash cans, I guess, is what I'm talking about. Anyway, these desks, they come with these shelving units, which you can remove. Most people don't remove them for obvious reasons, but they have lights underneath, so there's that. I think overall I managed to keep the lighting pretty similar. Like I don't use a lot of extra light. Obviously there's, well, not obviously. I hid little lights inside the wall lights because those wall lights are really bright. But I'm pretty sure all of us brought our own lights as well because those lights are really, I don't know, it's kind of hospitalish, if you know what I mean. And it doesn't really come across that way in The Sims, but you know, it's all right. Anyway, we were all really surprised with like how big the individual rooms were inside, like the both of the doubles really. Um, my roommate and I's room looks huge in real life, and it's just where the door is and how the ceiling opens up because you can't really do this in The Sims, at least not without a lot of effort. But the ceilings aren't all the same height in all of the rooms. In the common area, it's like short walls, and then in my room, it goes from short walls to tall walls, and then in the other double, it goes from like tall walls to short walls, which is probably why my roommate and I's room seems so large. Anyway, this is a single. Around the corner where like the desk is and stuff, I'm kind of just guessing, because like I said, I've never been in there and you can't really see around the closet, so there's that. Anyway. So I'm just kind of decorating stuff. I ended up using the same kind of bed for all of the rooms. You know, obviously they weren't a perfect fit. That would be cool if they were, but you know, I don't actually know what this person's bed looks like because her bed is usually not made. Which honestly, I wouldn't make my bed if nobody ever went in my room either. Like, I don't even blame her. There's no reason to make your bed most days. Because, like, you just want to go back in it. And it's nice to, like, instead of having your blankets lay on the bed, to have them, like, around you. I'm gesturing. Anyway. Here. Okay. So, you know, I'm just making up the rooms. Um, I know that there's a window there because I can see the window from my side, but you can't see in the window. And I especially can't see in the window because my roommate has her bed against the window. So it's like really hard to be like, oh yeah, there's a window there, but I know it's there. Anyway, we have, it's not really a mini fridge, it's like a medium fridge in the common space, and that was from the dorm, from the school that just came with it. So, and then also comes with it is a microwave, but you can't really put microwaves on top of fridges in the game, and so I moved a counter up because it's really annoying. You can't free place microwaves, which, you know, oh, this. Um, one of uh, one of my roommates, the person who lives in the single, her parents, they bought a glass table from like Home Depot, and it was on clearance and all that, but that is what we have in our common spaces. We just have this big glass table, if I could speak. And it's really nice to study at. Um, you know, and because like the dorm has a study space out in the hallway, but sometimes there'll be people there and sometimes, you know, you don't want to actually leave your room. So it's nice to just be able to go out and study because, you know, sometimes your roommate's sleeping or sometimes your roommate's doing something else and you're like, okay, well, I need to study, so I'm gonna go outside. So that's nice. Anyway, this is the bathroom. I think I got the bathroom pretty close. Um, it might be a little big, but it's not that big. The one thing is that it's not obviously a glass shower. It's actually just a rod on, or a rod, like a shower head on the wall, like a freestanding shower. So, you know, I put the curtain up, but you can still see the glass because we don't have freestanding showers yet. So, anyway, this is where I said things might change. I wasn't quite sure how big to make my room because I know that that entire wall is taken up by my desk and then my dresser and then my roommate's dresser. And so I was like, okay, this isn't fitting though. And I'm like, what size is everything? And so I was having a hard time and I'm like, that seems too small, right? And so I just keep messing with it and eventually it's like, okay, that is what it is. It's weird. In real life, let me know if you do this too, but a lot of times I'll think of things in terms of sim squares, and it's like sometimes it works well, but then sometimes it's like that's not a sim square. Like, you know, I'll look at my dresser and be like, oh, that's like two sim squares, or I'll look at my desk and be like, oh, this is like two sim squares. And it just is a normal part of my life. Like it's not something I'm like Sims or anything. It's just something that's ingrained in my head, which might have something to do with how long I've been playing Sims, but you know, I don't know, I think it's weird and it makes it hard to explain distance to people because you know, a metric of distance in my head is literally squares in a video game. So there's that. Anyway, I use the parenting board um, on my wall. I don't have my shelf up because I wanted that there. But the parenting board's supposed to be a big whiteboard. I have so many whiteboards. I have one really big one and then I have um, like 5 smaller ones. So, you know, I think very outside of my head. Like I have to talk to myself. I have to write stuff down and whiteboards make it easy because then I don't go through notebooks and notebooks of paper just trying to think. I can just erase it when it's done. So there's that. All right, so getting through the room. This is my bed over here, and I'm trying to find a thing to put my fish on because I have a fish. His name is Leo. I've had him since the summer before my freshman year, and he's a goldfish. He's a good goldfish. He's really big. I want to get him a bigger tank, but the school doesn't allow bigger tanks, so that's kind of sad. But you know, and then let's see. Over here, there's a shelf, but it's a little shelf, and I was going to use a few different shelves. Like I have a few ideas. Like this one looks really close to how that one actually looks, but then it was a pain in the butt to place stuff on it because I sized it down. And so I keep going through and eventually I just use a sized down bookshelf, I believe. Yeah, that one. And this one is a little bit simpler to try to put stuff on since it's not a shelf. Because the shelves just have a ton of spots to put things. And the bookshelves don't. I don't know. I guess I could have used the shelf, but I thought the bookshelf looked better anyway. Because the shelf, I would have had to do all the stuff, and it is mostly just books on the shelf. So it made sense to do a bookshelf. And yeah, my roommate brought a rug. It's nice. Um, it's a really plush rug, which I feel bad because it's not as plush anymore. She also has a TV. Sometimes she watches it, but like she doesn't want to watch it when I'm in the room, which is nice of her, but I don't mind. So there's that. Anyway, I'm just trying to add in some more of the clutter stuff around the place because like there's definitely clutter around the place. I completely forget to put trash cans in my roommate and I's room, which they're there. Mine is next to the fish tank and hers is by the door, and yeah, but there's enough trash cans in this build. It's not like I forgot any. Oh, we're on to screenshots. Neat. Anyway, so yeah, this has been my sophomore dorm. It is where I'm currently living, and it's great. So yeah, that's it for this episode. Leave a like, remember to subscribe, and go get some sunshine. I'll see you next time.